So we just did a demo that drew a white triangle. Now I'm going to show you how to set some properties to render the triangle with some more interesting colors. So within this begin and this end, when I send OpenGL vertices, it basically sends them down a certain part of the pipeline. They get transformed, and certain properties like their color are set and shading before they get put together to actually make a triangle. Once it has enough vertices to make a triangle, then it'll make one. So when I want to set a property for the vertices, I tell OpenGL, for instance, the color is a property that a vertex could have, and the color red is 1, 0, 0, 100% red, 0 green, and 0 blue. That sets the state of OpenGL so that all future vertices that go through the pipeline will have that color associated with them, which means that, of course, this vertex will now have the color red. This vertex will also have the color red from this previous call to GL color. If I render the triangle now, it renders in red. It's possible to set a different color for each one of these vertices. The way that it works is the color that's used for the vertex is going to be the closest one above the call to GL vertex. So if I wanted to draw this second vertex in green, I would set this color to be 0% red, 100% green, and 0% blue. If you're uncertain how to pick those, you can go to colorpicker.com and sort of interactively play around and see how red, green, and blue mix. These are done as unsigned bytes, so if you get these numbers, you can pass them to GL color instead of 3F, 3B, and then you would say 0, 255, 0. To get, instead of 0 to 1, 0 to 255. So this would be green, and what we should see here is this is the bottom left vertex. X is negative 0.5 and Y is negative 0.5. Should be in red, and here we have the bottom right vertex will be in green, and this vertex immediately above it there's no color, but if you keep going up you can see here's the color that was set before this called a vertex, so it'll also be in green. Again, it's very important. The color is set before you pass the vertex down the pipeline. If we run it, we encounter something we didn't expect. This edge, which I expected to be green, is black. That's because this is supposed to be UV. So here we see the left hand side is red and the right hand side, those 2 points, are green, as I had predicted. I needed to call this GL color 3 UB because it's an unsigned byte. It goes from 0 to 255. If it was a byte, then the max value would be something like 127 and the minimum negative 127. But we wanted an unsigned byte. If you're not familiar with what an unsigned byte is, you need to review. So again, to make the triangle more interesting, I can render that last point in blue. Remember, here I'm still using the unsigned byte. Here I'm using the float. When you're programming, usually I always use floats. But since I was using Color Picker, I'm showing you how you can do it with unsigned bytes. And here we have an interesting triangle. Bottom left in red, bottom right in green, and the top in blue. So you can see the mixture of colors. OpenGL interpolates across the face of the triangle.